So let's get through this series of the biggest gym mistakes, and today we're going to be talking about back. Now, in recent years, back has become the new legs. Remember back in the days, everyone used to be like, oh, if you want to train hard, you got to train legs. You ain't got no legs, you ain't got nothing. I remember those days. I used to hate it. But I used to train legs. In fact, it wasn't so much an exercise where, like people always said, oh, you don't train legs hard. Nobody trains legs hard. I don't really see the big deal in it. I was squatting. I squatted heavy. I did all the other accessories very, at a moderate pace. I never went heavy on the leg extensions or the leg curl or anything like that. I had decent enough legs. Competed on stage as well. The judges never said anything about my legs. I competed in open, not bodybuilding, but opens, like in the sense where it was, you know what I'm trying to say, not the board short division. It was classic bodybuilding at the time, and now it's called classic physique. I think that's what it's called. So, back, very, very important muscle group. I do think it is one of the muscle groups for me. It's not that it's come easy, but I've got every single detail when it comes to my back. And the reasons I've got every single detail in my back is because I do the basics. Deadlifts, rows, and pull-ups. Pull-ups is something that I do every single day. I've spoke about that on many other videos on many other occasions. And if for those people who don't know, when I finish an exercise, I finish a body part, I'll often do pull-ups, or in the morning, depending on where I am. I haven't got a pull-up bar in the house in the UK, but when I'm in a different country, there's always pull-up bars on the beach somewhere, so I'll just walk over to the pull-up bar and bang out 50 to 100 pull-ups. And I do that every single day. There's none of that fatigue, oh, I got fatigue, no, none of that. Anyway, back to this video. Things to avoid when training back. Number one thing on the list. I don't know how to say this. This is not even an exercise. It's not really even an exercise, but I'll explain. It is the single arm high cable row whilst you're seated on a bench, but the bench is angled like this in front of you. When I see people do this, there's a couple of mistakes they make. First, the mistake is doing the exercise. Just don't do it because it doesn't grow muscle. Now, here's the thing, what I've always said. If you followed my channel, you know, the more weight you lift, the more muscle you're going to gain. Obviously, with the correct form. Now, this exercise, it starts up here for some reason in front of you. I don't know why. Or it could start there. Whatever it is, I don't care. I don't really do it. I don't know where it starts. And it pulls down, and you pull your lat this way and you try to isolate your lower lat. You cannot isolate your lower lat. It does not work like that. Let me give you an example. If you're a bodybuilding fan, like me, from back in the days, there was a guy called Dennis James, very good bodybuilder. He was always critiqued for having high lat insertions. He needs to work his lower lats. Did he ever build those lower lats? No. Do you know why? Do you not think he tried? Do you not think he used all these exercises? Do you know why he didn't build the lower lat? Genetics, bro. Genetics. My lats insert right down to my belly button. Where my belly button is, my lats are inserted. If I do a lat spread, I can feel my lats are there, bro. I'll even put a picture. Shall I put a picture? Yeah, I'll put a picture in the thumbnail. You can see my lats, where they start and where they end. I ain't never done that exercise. It's genetics. Plain simple. You've either got it or you haven't. When you're spending time on movements like this, you're taking that time away that you could be spending building a back. That is why it's all good saying, well, it has its place in bodybuilding. No, it doesn't. Because if that's the case, I can list 100 different back exercises right now. And no, it doesn't have its place, because why would you do the 150th most effective back exercise when you've got the 149th most effective back exercise? Do you get where I'm going with this? You have a short period of time to train before you hit fatigue in the gym. 3-4 exercises max. Why not pick the most effective exercises? That certainly is not the most effective exercise for lats. Pull-ups. Should be, that's it, full stop. There should be a full stop at the end of pull-ups. Okay, lat pull-downs. Close grip pull-downs, machine pull-downs. You don't need to do single arm, seated bench, high incline, cable, single arm, wrap your rib cage around, row, whatever this thing is. And the amount of weight you guys are using on it, surely you can row more weight than that. So it's going to build more weight to your body. more weight is going to build more muscle. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. What's going to build more muscle? The more weight you use. The other thing that I hate about that exercise, and that is the tempo everybody uses. For some reason, for some crazy reason, everyone seems to go really slow on it, and they seem to be doing this. Bro, all you're doing is your forearm, your shoulder, your tricep, your bicep. That's all you're doing. And you might think in your head, I'm squeezing this lat because it feels good. I can squeeze my lat right now. Boom, there you go, it's squeezed. And I can move my arm through this range of motion. And guess what? My lat is still squeezed. Does that mean I'm training my lat? I can squeeze my chest now. My chest is tense. I can do this. And I can squeeze my chest to the point where it's getting unbearable now almost. Look at that. 3 reps in. 4 reps in isometric, it's unbearable. That is hard. If you've got good mind-muscle connection, you shouldn't be able to do 10 reps like that. That is actually painful to do. If that's effective right now, why don't I just forget going to the gym and just sit here and just do 10 isometric curls like this? Of course it's not effective. What's going to be most effective? Building a chest, going and doing some flat bench, barbell pressing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So just because you can feel something doesn't mean it's working. Like I said, if you are like me and you have a very good mind-muscle connection, just do this 10 times, really slow, and squeeze that. Honestly, look, it's rep number 2 now, rep number 3, and I'm telling you now, I will not be able to get to 10. That is excruciating pain. Why? Because I've got very good mind-muscle connection. That's very difficult. That was very difficult. Try it. You're sat down now watching this video, wherever you are, try it. Try it with your bicep. Squeeze your bicep really slow and hard. You see, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Look at this. That is really hard. That is really hard. I couldn't do 10 reps like this. That actually hurts. So that is what you're doing on that exercise. That is all you're doing. You're squeezing the muscle and then you're just moving it. Putting whatever weight you want on it, 10 kilo, 20 kilo, whatever, and you're moving it. What's the most effective way to train? Explosive. Move that weight. Let your body decide. You set the angle of something. You set the angle. So the bench press, you set the angle. You barbell row, you set the angle. And let your body decide how it's going to shift it. Program your body in a range of motion to make it shift it to the most effective, most explosive way possible. Stack that weight on, grab it, and just try and move it from there to there. Boom. Let's see what your body decides. Let your body tell you what body part it's going to build. That's how you build muscle. Not by just thinking, let's go through the motion and squeeze the lat. Garbage exercise. Absolute garbage. Number 2, I had to write these down because there's a few. I don't want the video to go too long, so I'm just going to go, okay, I'll tell you what I'll choose next. Barbell row. Now, I love the barbell row. It's a great exercise. The reason why I never did the straight bar row a lot, and I'm going to explain to you why. I'm not knocking it as an exercise to say don't do it. I'm just saying deadlifts are always first in my training program. So by the time it comes to doing barbell rows, my lower back is already fatigued. So I just could not do it. Physically could not do it. I was going to injure myself. Something was going to happen, so I couldn't do it. So what I did was I did an alternative, and I did my own variation of a T-bar row, old school T-bar row. If you want to know how that is done, there is a video on my Instagram, TikTok, everywhere else. I'll actually have to do a long form video of that on YouTube. It's coming soon. We're getting to the gym very soon, guys. Do not worry. I've got it all booked. I've got it planned. There's going to be a lot of gym content coming on this page very, very soon. In the meantime, subscribe. Please make sure you keep subscribing. Anyway, barbell rows. Heavy barbell rows. If you are doing more than 140 kilo on your barbell row and you are not a professional bodybuilder, you're never going to be a professional bodybuilder. That's the truth. If you're in the gym, you're a normal guy. You're just a normal guy who just goes to work and you're using crazy amounts of weight for your barbell row, you're going to damage your back. Not today, not tomorrow, but eventually you're going to damage your back. It's supposed to be a heavy compound exercise. Yes, it is. Granted, there is. It's a very effective exercise if done right. And that is my only problem with the barbell row. The technique I see today, people aren't doing it right. And I know everyone goes to Dorian Yates, did it like this, and he stood a little bit upright. That is a complete different exercise. If you want to call it a Dorian row, you can call that a Dorian row. It was completely different. The hand placement was sort of a little bit narrow. He was a little bit more upright. And Dorian Yates is Mr. Olympia, bro. And if you check his videos and his back before that footage was shot, he already had an amazing back. He'd already trained like that all his life, so he knew how to do that. Many of you guys are starting out in the gym. This is just for beginners. And you're doing that exercise and you're just butchering it. Completely butchering it. And if you follow this channel, then you should know this is longevity, guys. We do not want to be killing ourselves in the gym for what? For a little bit of back muscle, when we can do a far more effective exercise like the T-bar row. We can go heavier on it, feel better about it, use more explosive load on it, get a little bit of biceps involved as well. It's an amazing exercise. So why choose that when you can injure yourself, when you can do something very easy like the barbell row or even a machine row? But that's another video for that. So I think I'm going to leave it here, guys, for back exercises. There's many back exercises that I see people butcher. Another one I'm just going to touch upon, and that is standing dumbbell row. You're not bracing yourself. Doubles, the double one, you know, the double one that they do like this. There's nowhere to brace yourself, and the back is a very big, massive muscle group. Think about it. It's all of that back there. It's massive. You know, there's your traps that run right in the middle of it as well. I'm not going to get too technical about the names of the body parts in the back, but why are you doing this chicken stuff? Boom. Rows with dumbbells on either side. Ridiculous, guys. Place one hand on the bench, on the rack. Get stable. Get everything ready. Boom. Row. Row. That's how you want to do it. Single arm. You don't want to do two arms together. Heavy. Now, if you're doing light, by all means, do two arms together. If you're doing a circuit, if you're going through some sort of like a superset or a drop set, by all means, you can do that. But there's so many other things. Like I said, I could talk all day about the ineffective exercises when it comes to back training or any other body part for that matter. So this one is, I covered back, guys, and hopefully just a little touch up on my content. I'll be going away very soon in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of gym related content coming soon. So if there's anything specific, I know some people have mentioned forearms. That is definitely on the top of the list right now. There's a lot of gym exercises which I'm going to go through. There's going to be a whole library on my page. At this moment in time, I've listed around about 120 different exercises. So yeah, there's going to be a hell of a lot of content on this page coming soon. 120 different long form content exercises, videos of exercises on this channel, free of charge for you guys to watch whenever you want. And if you want to see me do other stuff as well, please comment down below. I'm always open to other people's, opinions. And I do try to make videos which people do like to watch. So please tell me down below, is this something you guys are going to be interested in watching? If not, I'll do something else. You let me know. Hopefully you did get some value from this video. Comment down below, subscribe and like.